Letting go, times we might feel looking down from the height we have built all by ourselves. And there is fear of the unknown, but we cannot lose control when we feel like the world is do we go? Is a question to ask. There are so many choices that it's hard not to pass. What is real and what is fake, and the risk we have to take. Will we know what is throwing off our balance? To the dark, the burning light is getting sharp. There's something bigger than ourselves.
Never minded, never taking whatever you told me. I knew what I could be. Every emotion painted on slow. Tell me, is this what you made me? I'm a storm that beats the moon. I'm the sun that will live on till you thank you.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you. So alive, make it last forever. Stop in time, yeah, I'm surrendering. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you. So That's why I can't be with somebody like yourself. So I can love you like yourself. Like yourself. That's why I can't be with somebody like yourself. So I can love you. So I can love you. That's why I can't be with somebody. So I can love you. That's why I can't be with somebody, body. So I can love you. Bit by bit, I feel something shift inside of me, inside of me. Say I quit, I'll give up on this with every piece into me. I didn't see it coming, I was caught off guard. Now I'm running right into your arms. Used to feeling nothing, then I felt so hard. I tried to hide on the hard glass, but you went and shattered that. You shattered that. Oh, you shattered that. You shattered that. You shattered that. Oh, you shattered that. You shattered that. you shattered light. When you shattered light. When you shattered light. Oh, when you shattered light. When you shattered light. When you shattered light. Did you see it coming? I was caught off guard. Now I'm running right into your arms. Got used to feeling nothing, then I felt joy. Tried to hide in my heart of glass, but you went and you shattered that.
Take it all back at the things that you said. Cause I wish you didn't mean it. Under attack, running far, far away. And I'd rather keep my distance from you. You don't gotta lie to me to get through. Push you put me off into the deep and let's pretend that nothing ever happened on that night. Read my confession, I shouldn't have spoken. Cause you didn't feel the same way about me. And it's eating me alive all of the time. So I'd rather keep my distance from you. You don't gotta lie to me to get through. Push you pull me off into the deep and let's pretend that nothing ever happened on that night.
It's all the same, but some things never change. I couldn't stop and say no. It's all the same, but you won't take the blame, even when you are blowing up. Oh my, broken up. Nobody's gonna save you. Oh my, broken up. So take show your heart. It's all the same, but some things never change. I couldn't stop and say no. It's all the same, but you won't take the blame, even when you are blowing up. Oh my, broken love. Nobody's gonna save you.
All right, good evening, everybody, and hello wherever you are in the town of Tonbridge. I hope you're having a nice time and you've had a lovely Sunday. Let's have a look. We've got 55 of you signed in at the moment for our second ever quiz. We did our first one last week for you, and it was a tremendous hit with you. You were very generous when it came to donating to the charity, and I did say, you know, if you enjoyed it, you gave us some good feedback, I would come back and start doing this on a more regular basis. So here I am. For those of you joining us for the first time, welcome. My name is Mark. I'm a professional presenter and quiz master. I am a Tonbridge born and bred lad, although I live in Europe now. I'm miles away. Big Angels fan, as you can see. Might be a few Angels references in the quiz tonight. I try and drop them in every now and again. So if you're with us for the first time, or if you were with us last week, please get onto the chat. Kevin's already joined us. Kevin actually won last week, and he was lucky enough to receive the prize from the wonderful people at JDL. They delivered him a meat hamper, which was rather lovely for him. Hello to Lindsay, my wee sister, who will be signing in tonight and playing along with her husband Nick. Hello, Mark, fellow Mark. Yeah, see if you can get into the top 10 again. I've got a feeling we're going to get more players tonight. I think we had about 75 of you last week, but we're really hoping that we can get a few more of you signing in. We're up to about 57, I think, at the moment, but that will grow as we go. Good evening, Eclipse Property, whoever you might be, very secretive. So, look, you've got time. It's a manual start. We're going to start around 8 o'clock, but I will choose when we start the quiz. So you have got time. If you want to quickly phone your mates or drop them a message on Facebook or whatever, send them a link. I can get people into the room, or you can just send them the code. Send them the link to this stream. They can see the code. They can see the My Quiz link, and all they've got to do is sign in. And in the next 10 or 15 minutes, they could be part of this quiz. So how does the quiz work? Well, it's quite simple. We call it the Fast 50. And it's because we give you 50 questions back to back, one after another, with very little break. All of the questions are multiple choice, so you will get a number of different options. Sometimes it's only 2 options. It might be like a true or false question. Sometimes, the majority of the time, it's A, B, C, or D, but there might be some more in there as well. Now, let's just have a quick look over on the Facebook page, because I can see that people are just signing in at the last minute, so I will just let them into the group, just so they don't miss out. There you go. You are approved, sir. Welcome, welcome. I hope you get in. Okay, right, let's have a look and see how the scores work. So 50 back-to-back questions, 15 seconds to answer only, so you do need to be nice and quick, and the scoring will work pretty much like this. So for everyone you get right, you'll get 5 points. Nice and simple, 5 points. You don't lose any points if you get something wrong, so don't worry if you take a guess and get it wrong. You just get a 0, no minus points. There are some questions, and these are the big questions, where you can earn a lot more points because there will be more than one correct answer. So look for all the correct answers. You will be prompted to give the correct amount of answers, so it might say give 3 answers, give 4 answers, etc. Tick them all. For every single one you get right, you'll get 5 points. You can score big on those questions. However, if you get any of them wrong, all of the ones that you got right, those points drop down to just 1 instead of 5. Okay, so you've got to be nice and careful. Tick the ones. Those are the ones where you can really catch up, or if you're in the lead, you can really drop back because people will catch you up. We do have a speed bonus as well on every single question, and it's very straightforward. If you're the fastest person to answer, you get 3 points, second fastest 2, and third fastest 1. When you enter your answer, you can change your mind, but as soon as you're happy, there is a button that says confirm. If you press that nice and quickly, you have a chance of getting the speed bonus. Okay, if you don't press it, once the countdown reaches 15, it will automatically take whichever button you have pressed last. Okay, so nice and simple. Let's go back and see if anybody else is joining us yet. Angela, good evening to you. She's been waiting all week. Are we that popular already? That's very kind of you. We did get some tremendous feedback from you guys, and we really do appreciate it. To give you some background, I don't normally present online. I present in person. And when this all hit, just like an awful lot of people, my business suffered incredibly because we just lost a whole year's worth of bookings, and all the budgets went out the window, and we were in complete strife, just like a lot of people. And we appreciate there are people that are in far worse positions than we are here. However, what I had to do was pivot, quickly come up within 24 hours with an idea, and that was to put a quiz that we would normally do in person online, and it worked very well for us. We averaging about 200 people in our regular quiz, but we decided because that was being so successful and our company had been saved that we should do some good, and I wanted to do some good. Basically, my sister pushed me into it a little bit, bless her, and I decided that I wanted to raise some money for a local charity. And the charity that we have chosen, and I will talk about them just quickly here, is Sustain. Now, the first thing I will say is you absolutely blew me away. If you donated last week, I have to say thank you so much. Now, without wishing to apply any pressure to anybody, we had donations of up to £50 given to Sustain last week from some of you, which is just incredible. All I was asking, if you can afford it, is just pay what you would normally pay for a quiz night in a pub, which is like £1, £2, something like that. And when I say pay, I mean donate, because Sustain, they need our help more than ever, because there's lots of people that have had their wages cut, or even worse, they've lost their jobs because of what's going on at the moment. And so Sustain is receiving so many requests for help, and we're trying to help them in some small way. So to give you an idea, a family parcel costs £50 for a week, and an individual parcel costs about £25 to create. Their costs before COVID-19 hit were between £1,000 and £1,500. That has gone up. And as we said last week, there's absolutely no shame in using Sustain as well. We all hit hard times at some point. If you need their help, they are available between 12 and 2, Monday to Friday. And if you want to sponsor them, if you want to support them and you enjoy tonight, and as I say, it's completely not obligatory whatsoever. This is a free quiz, but if you can afford to give a couple of pounds, all you've got to do is go to justgiving.com/fundraising/Sustain Food Bank. And the really good part is that all of the money that goes to them is completely ring fenced. It won't be used for anything other than the work of the food bank, which is really, really nice. And I lost count of how much it was, but I think it was approaching about £500 that we raised last week. And in all honesty, I was expecting about 50 or 60 of you to play, and maybe a few of you to donate. Maybe we'd get 50 or 60 quid donated to them. But look at what you did. You've just raised phenomenal amounts. So I don't expect you to be as generous again, because that's going to get very expensive every week. But if everybody just gave £1 and we had 100 people playing and we could do that every week, I'll be a really happy man. Right, good evening to Mark, Angela, Lindsay from Hildenborough. That's my sister again. That's possibly a different Al Vincent. I don't think it is. And Anne, Jules and Anne coming in to play again. So we gave away a lovely prize last week, which was the meat hamper. That was rather lovely. And again, if you need any food delivering to you or a loved one, JDL are the people to look up. But tonight we have a brand new sponsor. So look at this. This isn't too bad. The lovely people at Winterdale Shore. Now, look, we're a rural town. Tonbridge is a rural town. And if you're not a farmer, you know of one. And like I said earlier, I've suffered with my business. Farmers are suffering with their businesses. We're all suffering. But the real shame with farmers is the waste that they're being forced to endure, because cows still need to be milked. Food needs to still be used, and with the lockdown, people aren't buying. It's hard for them to ship out. However, Winterdale have really gone out of their way to try and get food to people. So there's a couple of things you can do with Winterdale. First of all, the product is phenomenal. It's won numerous prizes at the World Cheese Awards. I've frequently got it in my fridge, even though I live overseas. I do get it from them because I absolutely love the work of Carla and her family on their little farm. Now, the lovely thing here is that you can buy their produce directly from the farm. I've seen the pictures where people are being very good with separation while they're waiting in the queue, and you can pick up milk, eggs, cheese, butter, vegetables directly from their farm shop, Monday to Friday and Saturday. You can see the times on the screen there. You can also order direct from winterdale.co.uk, and if you happen to be in the town, which hopefully all of you are, they will be Tuesday mornings 8:30 till 10:30 in the car park of the Half Moon pub in Hildenborough, which I'm sure you all know. Their little electric car will be there, and you can buy their produce directly from them there. And I know some of you are already doing that, but Support your local farmers, support your local stores, just support small businesses because everybody's finding it really, really hard right now. And tonight's winner, probably the most important part, I suppose. Tonight's winner, we never expected to be giving away prizes, but we're really lucky that people are coming in and offering these bits and pieces. You will get a care package. We're not entirely sure what's going to be in it, but you can be guaranteed you're going to get at least a lot of cheese. Okay, so Winsdale Shaw will provide this evening the lucky winner with a care package from them. But support them, please. And hello, Mark. No, it's not your sister. It's the other Al. Okay, I had no idea that there was another Al Vincent. Oh, the mother-in-law. Right. Okay, the mother-in-law. Okay, it's all making sense to me. Personal conversation between me and my family. Good evening, Richard. Thank you for joining us, mate. Really nice to have you. We have beaten last week's total. We're up to 81 at the moment, which is wonderful. Under 4 minutes on the countdown, but it is a manual start, so don't worry too much about that because I will choose when we get started. So for those of you that are playing for the first time, let me quickly show you some pictures. Same pictures as I showed last week, but this is just an example of how people are setting themselves up. This is the way that a lot of our players are doing it. They play on their phones or on a tablet or on a laptop, and then they stick me on a second laptop. Some people are projecting onto walls. Some people are just putting it straight on their TV. So you can have me nattering in the background, and you can watch the feed. You can join in the feed whilst you play on your phone or with a tablet. So that's the best way to set up. And it'll be really nice this week, if possible, if some of you could take some pictures of you playing. You know, show us your setup. Are you playing with family? Are you on your own? Just take some pictures, just so that we can start making a nice little folder that goes on the Facebook page as well. Now I just need to jump over onto the Facebook page. It's going to be incredibly rude. Let me just quickly do this so I can let some more people into the room. No problem. You want to get in? Of course you can. There you go. Anybody else? Is that everyone? That's it. Super duper. Right, we've got everybody. So still time for people to sign up. We'll give you a couple more minutes. All they've got to do, go to myquiz.org and enter the code 177280. Just saw a message from the Tonbridge Angels. Some of them are playing along this evening, and that's rather nice. And they are sharing it with their fans as well to try and encourage more people. If they miss out tonight, hopefully we will get them in next week. 84 players now. That's really good. We are knocking it up, which is lovely. So where are you then? I mean, you're all saying hello, but I'd love to know where you are playing. So the Palmers are all playing together. You know, are you competing against each other? Are you, you know, is there one tablet? Are you playing as a team, or have you got a phone each? Are you having a little bit of competition amongst yourselves? Where are you guys? Oh, we've got we've got Hannah playing down in Torquay. She is also a Tonbridge resident, Tonbridge born and bred, and I know that because she is my other sister, so very much a family affair tonight. I'm just waiting to see if my brother signs in. 5 of you in the Slade. I went to Slade School for 2 years before I ended up going to Cage Green. Good evening, Isby, the Mayors. They came last week, so you can only improve. You know, let's hope you get a little bit better. So quick word before we get started then. So 50 questions, as I say. It's completely general knowledge. However, I have lumped some Tonbridge relevant questions in there as well. Some of the questions are incredibly easy, but you know, that's where you've got to be careful, because if you get the really easy ones wrong, people are going to laugh at you, aren't they? So be nice and careful before you answer. Good evening, Welsh Gwen. She's in Dover, but Tonbridge person as well. It's really nice that we're bringing people from Tonbridge together, regardless of where they are around the country or even around the world. Isn't that lovely? That's really nice. So yeah, some Tonbridge relevant questions in there. Remember, you can't lose any points if you get something wrong. So just guess all the way. Just over on this side where you can see the how to play sign, that will change to the top 5, but you'll be able to see the top 5 at any given point on your handsets or your tablets as well. Hannah is playing on her own. She's 5 gins in. It's good to hear. She's aiming to beat her Auntie Celia tonight, and there's the Wrights look like they want to beat the Bacon family tonight. So some inter-family rivalry there. So look, we've got about 20 seconds to go, everyone. Get tapped in, make sure you're comfortable, make sure you're ready. We're going to go all the way through. We are reliant on the World Wide Web. If for any reason the server goes down, and it hasn't happened for a number of weeks, but you know, it could happen. If it goes down, please don't panic. Simply refresh your screen and it should all appear again. Sincere apologies in advance if you do miss one question, but we are playing live. It's a very difficult thing to do. The delay on the feed from YouTube to live is about 3 or 4 seconds, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. But please please don't shout at us if the World Wide Web lets you down, because there's not a lot that we can do about it. Okay, the service has been great though in recent weeks, so we hope that everybody will enjoy it. Danny's armed with his pizza, his wine, and YouTube. Well done, you mate. And good evening to Matt and Laura playing along with us in Hadlow. So if you are all ready, we will kick off. So don't panic. You'll get a 3, 2, 1 countdown in a second, and all you then got to do is start tapping away and enjoying the quiz. All right, good luck, everybody. Let's get you started. And here is your 3, 2, 1 countdown. And your first question appears on your screen. Look at that picture and please tell us, what is the name of that man? Is his name Captain Roger Moore, Captain Tom Moore, Captain Bob Moore, Captain Bill Moore? Bit of a legend. Nobody had heard of him a week ago, and now he's possibly the most famous man in the country. Let's see what you've gone for. Quite rightly, 92% of you getting that one right. Nice, easy one to kick you off. That is the rather wonderful Captain Tom Moore, up for a knighthood, hopefully. I had a look earlier, over £25 million has been pledged. Now, obviously, it went viral and what have you, but someone had to be the person to stand up and do this sort of thing and just capture people's imaginations to support the NHS and raise awareness of how wonderful the NHS is, and that man did it. What a legend. So well done. Nosy Noisy, straight into the lead. You were the fastest finger, and you lead the way after one question. Easy as that. Here comes another question. Question number 2. In literature, Robert Galbraith is a pseudonym for which writer? Stephen King, William Shakespeare, J.K. Rowling, or George Orwell? See the answer and click away. Good evening, Steve and Becky at the quiz house, wherever that might be. So let's see how you answered. The correct answer is C, J.K. Rowling, and just over half of you getting that right. Yeah, J.K. Rowling, the Harry Potter author, writes under the pseudonym of Robert Galbraith for no real reason, because everybody knows it's her. But that's what she does. Nosy Noisy, still in the lead. Well done. Haven't got one wrong yet. Just a Mum did very well last week. You are in second place on 12. Team Green have 10 points. Tracy is on 10 points, and Cheeky is on 10 points. You are divided at the moment, despite having the same score, depending on how quick you answered the previous question. That's how we divide you up if you have the same score. So being quick pays off. Question number 3. Name the year. Look at the picture. Name the year. A local question. Hopefully you recognise the person at the front of the picture, and you should recognise your hometown. But what year was that? 2002, 2003, 2004, or 2005? Let's see what you've gone for. That is, of course, Kelly Holmes when she did her bus top parade through the town. 77.8% of you getting it right. All you have to remember is it was an Olympic year, which was 2004 when she won her 2 medals in Greece. What a legend. We've got to get Kelly playing. I mean, I know she's locked down as well in Hildenburg. Is it Hildenburg? Hadlow? I can't remember. You'll tell me, I'm sure. But, you know, let's see if we can get her playing. Nosy Noisy still leads the way from Chalice and Chalice by 1 point. Band of Berries comes into the top 5. You are in third. Don't stand so close to me, 15 points, and Jukebox Day, 15 points. You're all tied on 15. Well done, you. Here comes another question, question number 4. In the Toy Story movies, what is the name of the street where Andy lives? Sesame Street, Elm Street, Jump Street, or Merrill Street? One of those is the name of the street where Andy lives, but which one is it? Let's see what you go for. The correct answer, believe it or not, is actually B, Elm Street, as in A Nightmare on Elm Street. They're not connected at all. It's just a reference to the horror movie, which is quite funny. 24.2% of you genuinely thought that the street in Toy Story is called Merrill Street. It's really not, no. So, what's that done to the scores? Well, Nosy Noisy leads the way by 1 point from Chalice and Chalice. Kate Hawkins, Chandler, and Virginia C are all in the top 5. We will have some questions where it will say first letter, and that simply means that the A, B, C, D options, they will only give you one letter of the correct answer. So you have to know the correct answer and tick the correct letter corresponding with the answer. Let's see if one of those comes up soon. But first, this former Formula One driver was named after which notorious person? Was he named after Pablo Escobar, Al Capone, John Gotti, or Clyde Barrow? Do you know who that is? He is named genuinely after one of those 4 very notorious people. How have you answered? Okay, the majority of you getting it right, 61% of you getting it right. That is Juan Pablo Montoya, and he is genuinely named after Pablo Escobar, who, despite, if you've seen Narcos and if you know your history, if you haven't seen Narcos, go watch it. He's quite a bad man, but he's a bit of a hero in his own country. So lots of people got named after him. Kate Hawkins goes into the lead. Well done to you. You're top of the tree. Take a screenshot. 30 points for you. Chandler on 27. The Bacons on 25. Bridget on 25. And Band of Berries on 25, separated purely by your fastest finger. Here comes question number 6. And there it is. We're not going to get a server down, right? After everything I said, that would be so embarrassing. Let's hope not. Of course not. Here we go. What is the state motto of California? That was panic, wasn't it? What's the state motto of California? Cowabunga, Bazinga, Shazam, or Eureka? One of them is the genuine motto of California, but which one is it? Let's see what you go for. Everybody managing to answer. The correct answer is Eureka. 54.5% of you getting that one. Yeah, if you go to California, their state motto, for no particular reason, is Eureka. Kate Hawkins leads the way, 35 points. That was a good one for Banderberries. They got a bonus there, and they have moved into second. They have 32 points. They're tied with Chandler, who has 32 points. Banderberries just ahead, though, because they were faster. Cheeky, you are on 30 points in fourth place, and Bridget has 30 points as well. So remember, some questions, it will say first letter. You've got to know the answer and then select the correct first letter of that answer. Let's have a look at question number 7. It's a screenshot. Look at it. It's a screenshot of the first game in which video game series? Is that Grand Theft Auto, Final Fantasy, Dungeons and Dragons, or Call of Duty? So which one is it? Answers coming in. And the correct answer is B, Final Fantasy. That was the very first Final Fantasy game. Lots of you going for Dungeons and Dragons there, and I can see why, but I don't even know if Dungeons and Dragons has a video game series. I'm sure one of you will tell me. Just 27% getting it right, but the guys at the top did. Kate Hawkins gets it right, Chandler gets it right, and is it because I is Dumhun come into third place now with 35 points? You are tied with Mike on 35 points, and Team Green, you have 33 points, but you're in the top 5. Remember, just a prize tonight for the person that wins the entire quiz, but keep going, anyone can win. Question number 8. Jerry and David's Guide to the World Wide Web eventually became which website? Did it become Yahoo, Wikipedia, Google, or YouTube? So that was a very old website, one of the first websites to ever go on the World Wide Web. What did it become? Yahoo, Wikipedia, Google, or YouTube? Let's see what you've gone for. Yahoo is the correct answer. 35.6% of you getting it right. Honestly, if I was guessing, I would have gone for Wikipedia as well, as a lot of you did. But yeah, it became Yahoo, which was massive at one point and not as big as it used to be. Kate Hawkins leads the way from Chandler. Bridget into third place on 38 points. American but Amarish have 38, and Nosy Noisy, you have 36 points as well. So everything going swimmingly. Just keep going, tap away, and try and rack up those points. Here comes question number 9. Question 9 in 2018. Shaquem Griffin became the first player with one what to play in the NFL, the American Football League? Does he have one hand, one eye, one foot, or one ear? One hand, one eye, one foot, one ear. That is Shaquem Griffin in the picture, if it helps you. The correct answer is one hand. Yeah, he was born with just one hand. Him and his brother both got drafted by the Seattle Seahawks, and they both have professional NFL careers. He's quite a remarkable guy. 39.3% of you getting it right, the vast majority. And Kate got it right. She really is quite a quizzer tonight. Look at this. She has a lead of 6 points over Chandler, who has 47. Bridget on 43. American but Amarish 43. And Cheeky coming into 5th place on 41 points. So Kate, the early leader, let's see if she can stay there. Here comes question number 10. We're nearly a fifth of the way through the quiz. In abbreviated text speak, which of these is a non-polite way to ask someone to not speak? ROFL, YOLO, STFU, SMH. Which one of those would you text to someone to politely ask them to maybe not speak? I've got a feeling most of you are going to get this one right. 93.2% of you did. It's a daft question, but a bit of fun, isn't it? Yeah, shut the freak up is what I'm sure most of you are texting to people. Rolling on the floor laughing, you only live once, and shaking my head are the the abbreviated or the extended of the abbreviations. Kate Hawkins, what a quiz for her. Look at this, an 8-point lead now, 60 points. Chandler, you have 52. American, but Amarish still there in third on 51, Bridget on 48, and Cheeky on 46. So these 5 have been there for a while. Can anybody catch them? Here comes another question, question number 11. In 2009, which soft drink was advertised with the tagline, "What's the worst that could happen?" Was that Sprite, Lilt, 7-Up, or Dr. Pepper? So one of them had that tagline. I don't think they're using it anymore, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. They definitely used it back in 2009 in a massive ad campaign. And the correct answer is D, Dr. Pepper. It looks like lots of you are Dr. Pepper fans. 74.4% of you getting that one right. Sprite, Lilt. Is Lilt still on sale? That was my favourite drink as a kid, but I don't know if you can still buy it. Is it still going? I don't know. Kate Hawkins leads the way from Chandler, still that 8-point lead. We have a tie with Cheeky and American, but Amarish in second place. You've both got 51 points, and Nosy Noisy is still there in the top 5 on 50. Feel free to chat away to me and tell me how you're doing in the chat. I know it's difficult in the breaks, but if you can do it, please speak up. Let us know what's going on. Question number 12. It's a multiple answer question. Your first one, select all the countries that have not hosted a Summer Olympic Games. UK, Romania, the Netherlands, Norway, South Africa. Multiple answers. You've got to select the countries that have not hosted a Summer Olympic Games. Let's see how you answered. So is that tricky? It is a little bit. So the correct answers are Romania, Norway and South Africa. The Netherlands hosted it in 1928, so that's a bit tricky. And of course, the UK, London has hosted it 3 times, the last time being in 2012. Now that was a great question for Kate because it appears she got them all right and she has moved on to 76 points with a 10-point lead now from Bridget, but that can be caught up. That's not a problem. 65 points for Is It 'Cause I'm Dumb Hum, and Mike is on 60 and Banderberry's come in on 57. Here comes another one. Question number 13. It's a first letter question. Name that character. Does his name begin with W, H, M or O? W, H, M or O. Do you recognise him? What's his name? Choose the first letter that his name begins with. Get those points. Let's see what you've gone for. The correct answer was option C, M, for Marvin the Martian, the Looney Tunes character Marvin the Martian. Just 43.3% of you getting that one right, so it was a bit trickier. Kate got it right though. Kate is running away with this. Can anybody stop her? She's on 84 points now with a 14-point lead over Is It 'Cause I Is Dumb Hun. Bridget has 66. Banderberries move up a place on 62, and Mike is into the top 5 on 60. So Kate is having an absolute blinder at the moment. Well done you. Don't worry, Stephen. I'm telling you, you can catch up, particularly with those multiple answer questions. So hang in there. Let's see if anyone can catch her. Question number 14. Which famous person has a production company called Harpo? Ellen DeGeneres, James Corden, Oprah Winfrey, Ricky Gervais. One of them has a production called Harpo, but who is it? Couple of seconds left to answer, and everybody managing to answer. The correct answer here is C, Oprah Winfrey, and you can probably guess that by the fact that Harpo is Oprah spelled backwards. Harpo was also the name of her husband in the film The Colour Purple as well, just to tie it in a little bit more. It goes under the name Harpo Studios as well. They have a more up-to-date logo if you look it up. Oh my goodness, Kate got it right with a speed bonus. 89 points from Bridget on 71. Is It 'Cause I's Dumb Hun have 70 and Banderberry 67. Mike, you're still in the top 5 on 65. Now Kate's got a massive lead, but we've had bigger leads than this caught up. So please keep going. You can get her. Let's try question 15. The opera Aida is set in which country? Egypt, Italy, Russia or Mexico? Get those points. Okay, your time is up. The correct answer is A, Egypt, famously set in Egypt, and 35.2% of you getting it right. Most of you went for Italy. This assumption that maybe all operas are in Italy. If you're going to guess, Italy was the one to go for. But no, it is set in Egypt. Not too much change at the top, so that fooled a few of you there. Kate on 89, Banderberries in second place on 72, Bridget on 71, so very close for second place at the moment. Is It 'Cause I's Dumb Hun? If you could make a much more difficult name to say, that would be great. You've got 70 points. Chandler in fifth place now on 69. So a 20-point spread over the top 5. You can definitely catch this up, no problem at all. Here's number 17. Look at the picture. It's the most expensive piece of work by an American artist to ever be sold at auction. But who painted it? Was it Andy Warhol, Keith Haring, Jackson Pollock, or Jean-Michel Basquiat? Which of those people painted that incredibly expensive painting? Jean-Michel Basquiat is the correct answer, and only 18.8% of you got this one right. That is called Untitled. They're always called Untitled when they're expensive, aren't they? And it sold for $110.5 million in 2017. Jean-Michel Basquiat was a protege of Andy Warhol and a very talented man. That was a good question for Band of Berries because Kate got it wrong. So you've closed the gap already to 12 points. Americans but Irish come back in on 74. Chandler is there on 74 as well, separated just by a fastest finger, and Nosy Noisy in 5th place on 72. So things have tightened up. One question, that's all it takes. True or false question. In Germany, there is a best-selling brand of condoms called No Kinder Surprise. Is that true or false? 50-50. Maybe you know it. Maybe you've seen this product. Maybe you haven't. Let's see. The correct answer is B, false. No, we've completely and utterly made that up, but 56.2% of you absolutely believe that there is a condom called No Kinder Surprise, and frankly there is a huge opportunity for someone to create that and market it because I'm sure it would be a bestseller. 43.8% getting it right. Kate Hawkins, you got it wrong. Band of Berries got it right, and just like that, within 2 questions, the gap is only 6 points now. Team Green come into 3rd place on 79. Is it Cos I's Dumb Hun? You're on 75, and American but Irish, you're on 74. So look at that. 2 questions, it all closed up. This quiz is not over. Lots of questions to come. Number 18, which city in the US is nicknamed the Emerald City? Seattle, San Francisco, Denver, or Portland? One of them is genuinely known as the Emerald City, in the same way that Oz was in The Wizard of Oz. Answers are flying in. Let's see what you have gone for. 37.1%, the majority getting this one right. The correct answer is Seattle, purely because it's very green. That's the only reason. There's an awful lot of trees and parkland in Seattle, and so they call it the Emerald City, which is rather cute and rather nice. A nice way to market it. Now, what's happened to Kate? Has Kate just lost her ability to quiz? Has her Wi-Fi gone down? Because she got that one wrong as well. And Band of Berries have closed the gap to 1 point. And just 8 points behind them is it Cos I's Dumb Hun? This has suddenly got very, very close. Kate, I hope everything's all right. Is your Wi-Fi okay? Let's try another question. Which of these symbols has a name that translates as elephant trunk in Danish? You can see 4 symbols there. Which one translates as elephant trunk in Danish? Angela, I don't know what's happened. Is she still playing? Or has she just got a few questions wrong? We shall see. Well, look, 44.3% of you getting it right. It is the @ sign because it's like a little elephant's trunk. It's called a schnabel in Danish, if you're interested, a schnabel. Band of Berries have got into the lead over Kate Hawkins, who is either panicking because her Wi-Fi's gone down, her phone's lost battery, or possibly she's just getting questions wrong. Who knows? But look at this. American but Amarish are only 2 points behind her now as well. Chandler and Is It Cos I's Dumb Hun, you make up our top 5, and all of a sudden there's only 8 points between the top 5. We've got a close quiz, guys. Here comes question number 20. Which of these national anthems is instrumental, as in it has no words? French, Spanish, German, or Canadian? Only one of them. 3 of them you would sing along to, 1 of them you don't. Do you know this one? Let's have a look and see what you've gone for. The correct answer is B, Spanish. Spanish. Yeah, there's no words. That's why you'll never see at the Olympics or football when they're lining up, they'll never sing along because they can't. There's no words. 44.9% of you getting it right, the majority again. And Kate is here because she got that one right. Maybe she just had a couple of bad questions. All the excitement. Band of Berries, though, they got it right. It's a 4-point gap back to Kate. Then Kate is leading Chandler by 1 point. He, in turn, is 1 point ahead of American but Amarish, and they have 4 points over Cheeky, but we've got a 10-point gap now between 1st and 5th. What a close quiz we have, and we're not even halfway. Here comes question number 21. In Scrabble, which letter is worth 10 points in the English version, but just 1 point in the Polish version? Is that Q, Z, X, or W? So 10 points in the English version, but 1 point in the Polish version. Which letter? Tap away, tap away, tap away. Everybody answered. The correct answer here is B, Z. The letter Z is worth 10 points if you play it in English, but Z is used quite heavily in the Polish language, therefore it's only worth 1. 55.1% of you getting that one right. Band of Berries got it right with a speed bonus, and just from nowhere, they've gone to the top of the tree. Band of Berries, you now lead the way on 103 points. Chandler, you have 98. American but Amarish, you have 97. Kate's dropped back to 4th now on 94. Cheeky has 93. Look how quickly this can change. And as I say, we're not even halfway. Question number 22. At which course of a meal would you normally serve the Italian dish semifreddo? Starter, main, dessert. When would you get some semifreddo? Would you have it starter, main, or pudding? Which one? Click away, click away. Choice of three. Let's see what you've gone for. The correct answer is dessert. It's a very, very nice dessert. If you've never had it, you should really look it up. It's beautiful. 66.3% of you getting it right. You know your Italian food. Banderberry's got it right, but look how close this is now. They have 108 points. American Amish have been yo-yoing up and down, but they're now into second place, just 3 points behind the leader. Chandler is in third place, just 2 points behind second place. Then comes Cheeky on 98, and Team Green come back into the top 5. You have 95 points. Boy, oh boy, this is close. And we've lost our long-term leader. She's dropped out the top 5. Next question, number 23 in the human body. What blocked tubes can cause popping noises in your ears? Bronchial, Eustachian, fallopian. Woo! What's that, Gwen? Oh, poor old Gwen's feeling stupid. Don't worry, Gwen. We're all stupid. I'm only clever because I've got the answers in front of me. It's fine. How did you get on? Yeah, most of you got that one right. Eustachian is the correct answer. For those of you that think your fallopian tubes are causing the popping in your ears, please go and see a doctor. 85.4% then getting it. Banderberries, 113. American but Amirish, 110. Cheeky have 103. You are tied with Chandler on 103 and Team Green on 102. So 11 points separates first from fifth. I do hope your Wi-Fi signals all hold out, because that would be an awful way to lose a quiz. Anybody can still win, but we've got so many points up for grabs. Here comes question number 24. Which of these fruits has hairy drupelets? Is it the plum, the grape, the raspberry, or the cranberry? So, hairy drupelets. Do you have hairy drupelets? That's your business. It's fine. Plums, grapes, raspberries, cranberries. Which of them has hairy drupelets? The correct answer here is C, raspberries. Yeah, those little bits on a raspberry are called drupelets, and of course they are hairy, and almost all of you got this right, 92% of you getting it. And we've got a tie at the top. What a quiz. American but Amirish, you are into the lead because you were fastest on that one. You've got 118. You are tied with Band of Berries on 118. Those two are clear of Team Green on 109. Just 1 point back, we then have a tie between Cheeky and Chandler, who are separated purely by a fast finger. What a close quiz we have. This is your halfway mark, number 25. Which of these former England managers once played for Tonbridge Angels? Glenn Hoddle, Roy Hodgson, Graham Taylor, Kevin Keegan. Do you know your Angels history? They were kind of called Tonbridge when he played, although they had been nicknamed the Angels. It wasn't official. But does that help you at all? Let's have a look. The correct answer here is a legend in my eyes, because I also support Fulham as well as the Angels. Roy Hodgson, 48.3% of you getting it right. He played for the Angels for a couple of years in the 60s and still has connections with the club. What a nice guy. So, Band of Berries. It looks like you've got a speed bonus there, guys. Well done to you. 126. You've now gone clear of American but Amirish, who are on 123. Then it's back to Cheeky on 114. Chandler is on 113, and is it because I's dumb hun? They've been there or thereabouts. They are still in fifth place now on 110. Here comes question number 26. Select all of the countries that have a red, white, and blue flag. It's a multiple answer question, guys. Click on the 3 answers that have red, white, and blue in their flag. 2 of them don't, 3 of them do. How have you answered? This could change the leaderboard. Let's see what happens. Australia, yes. Chile, yes. And Luxembourg, yes. Finland is blue and white, and Indonesia is red and white. So if you answered one of those, your other correct answers would drop down to 1. What's that done? Well, Band of Berries, what a question for you. You've moved 10 points clear of the whole field here. 141 from Chandler, with American but Amirish dropping all the way back to third place. That appears they got nothing right there. Team Green is on 124, and Nosy Noisy back into the top 5 on 120. So we've got a new runaway leader. Can they be caught? Next question. When Facebook first launched, it was only available to students at which American university? Yale, Princeton, Stanford, or Harvard? So when it first launched, have you seen The Social Network, the movie? That might help you out. Answers are flying in. Let's see what you've gone for. All right, so the correct answer here is Harvard. Harvard University is where Mark Zuckerberg went. There he is in the picture. 44.9% of you getting it right. Band of Berries got it right. Chandler got it right with a bonus point there. So you have caught up ever so slightly. American but Amrish, 133. They're still fighting away. Team Green, 129. And Cheeky, 121. The Millers, Mark wants to know how well you are doing. Very competitive between the Bacons and the Millers, it appears. Love to know who comes out on top tonight. Make sure you guys take pictures so we can get them onto our Facebook page. Next question, number 28. Which of these French numbers is even? Is it 60, 9, 11, 15? 5 years of French lessons at Hugh Christie's school just paid off. I can pronounce 4 numbers. So what have you gone for? The correct answer here is A, 60, which is 60, 72.2% of you getting that one right. Let's see how well you did over here. Banderberry's got it right, and they've stretched their lead. 151 points. But American but Amrish are fighting back. They're into second place now with 138. There is a bit of a gap, but they can be caught, as we've seen earlier. Chandler, 136 points. You have a 1-point lead over Team Green, with Cheeky hanging in there in 5th place on 126. Don't give up, guys. You're after bragging rights as well as the cheese if you come out on top. Here comes number 29. Which of these Tonbridge schools stands on the site of a former World War II prisoner of war camp? Is it Hugh Christie Tech College, Hillview, Wilder Kent Girls Grammar, or Haysbrook? Does that diagram, that map, help you? It might do. Some of you may have attended this school. I think it's quite well known. Let's have a look and see if it's well known. How many of you got it right? Well, actually, barely half of you. 51.2% of you knew it was the Wilder Kent Girls Grammar. It became housing after the war, and my gran lived there for a while with my mum and her brothers and sisters. Hello, if you're playing. Wilder Kent is there. So you can probably recognise the Wilder Kent School now. That's it highlighted in blue in the picture with the prisoner of war camp on the right-hand side. That diagram shows you exactly how it was situated. Band of Berries, just a 10-point lead now from Chandler. American but Amrish have dropped back to 3rd. Team Green Cheeky still there in the top 5 as well. Here's another one, number 30. What was the name of the fictional fashion magazine that featured in the film The Devil Wears Prada? Terminal, Runway, Lounge, or Carousel? Okay, so the Millers are claiming that they're average, but they've already got their excuse. They're blaming a baby. Well, don't let the baby play. That's all I've got to say on the matter. Runway is the correct answer. Runway, you could guess that one right because you have a runway in modelling. 73% of you getting it right. It's still this 10-point lead from Band of Berries to American but Amrish. 156 to 153. Chandler is there on 141, fighting for that 2nd place finish. Team Green are also there, just 1 point behind Chandler. They've got 140. Cheeky has 136. Well done, Gwen, for taking a guess. You've learned something. You now know which school is on the POW camp, right? That's always good. Okay, we're on to question 31. I am Will is the Twitter username for whom? Is it Bill Gates, Prince William, Will I Am, or Will Smith? One of them uses the title I Am Will on Twitter. Do you call it that, or do you call it a handle? Is that old-fashioned CB language? I don't know. Anyway, the correct answer is C, Will I Am. 78.7% of you getting that one right. 5.6% of you thought that Prince William is on there as I Am Will. Wouldn't that be awesome if he was? Sadly not. Band of Berries have stretched their lead. They've got 161 points now. American but Amrish, 148. You've stretched away ever so slightly from Team Green, who had 145. Cheeky and Chandler are still locked together on 141. Cheeky, you're just ahead still because you are faster on that previous question. Here comes question number 32. 32, how many strings does a cello have? 3, 4, 5, or 6? A cello. Do you play the cello? Did you play the cello? Are you making your kids play the cello? La-di-da, how very middle class. Let's have a look. How many strings are on a cello? What have you gone for? 56.2% of you getting this right. The correct answer was B, 4. There are 4 strings on a cello, much the same as there are on a violin. So has that changed much over here? Well, it has. Look, American but Amrish, you've closed the gap ever so slightly there, possibly because you've got a speed bonus, I would imagine. So what have we got? 8-point gap between Band of Berries and American but Amrish. Team Green still hanging on there in third place on 150, fighting to get to the top. Chandler, you've got 146, and Nosy Noisy comes back into the top 5. Still a very close quiz as we hit question number 33. In the 1974 film The Man with the Golden Gun, James Bond famously wore a false what? Nose, mustache, hand or nipple. What did he put on in the movie? A nose, a mustache, a hand or a nipple? What have you gone for? 61.4% know their Bond movies. Yes, he wore a fake nipple because he was trying to pretend to be Scaramanga, who you can see he was the man with the golden gun in that picture. Scaramanga famously had 3 nipples, and so he knew he would be searched, and he knew he had to have a fake nipple. So in one of the most bizarre storylines in Bond history, he wore a fake nipple. Band of Berries, 166, but your lead has been slashed by 6 points. American but Amrish are chasing you down. Team Green, 155. There. Chandler, 151, and Nosy Noisy also in the top 5. Band of Berries, you're in the lead, but for how long? Let's have a look at the next one. What is the alternative name for the dots on dice and dominoes? Do we call them pips, seeds, nuts, or eyes? Pips, seeds, nuts, or eyes? So you can see some dice, but it's also a reference to dominoes as well. But what are they officially called? What have you gone for? 40.4% of you getting this one right, and it's not a trick question, but when we asked this one before, everybody went for eyes as well, possibly because of the term snake eyes when you throw a double 1 in craps, but they're actually called pips. Pips is the correct answer. And Band of Berries got it wrong, but American but Amrish seemed, oh no, he got it right, sorry, but American but Amrish got a speed bonus, so it's a 1 point gap now at the top. Chandler is still in there in third place on 156. Team Green just behind him by 1 point on 155. And Nosy Noisy is there on 150. So 16 points separate our top 5. Question 35. At the 2014 Golden Globes, Andy Samberg won Best Leading Comedy Actor for which comedy? Was it New Girl, Community, Modern Family, or Brooklyn Nine-Nine? Do you watch American comedy? If not, get on Netflix. There's some great stuff on there, but I've got a feeling a lot of you have been watching Netflix in recent weeks. So 52.8% of you getting this one right. The brilliant Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but you know, actually they're all good shows. He is the lead in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Band of Berries are just 1 point now ahead of American but Amrish. And then it's just 9 points back to Chandler, who's closed it ever so slightly. And he has just that 1 point lead over Team Green. And Nosy Noisy still clinging on to 5th place. So Band of Berries and American but Amrish, it is a duel at the moment. But Chandler and Team Green are chasing you. Here comes question number 36. Which Greek letter can you see on your screens? Is that Delta, Sigma, Chi, or Epsilon? Do you know your Greek letters? Did you go to a grammar school? So mean, wasn't it? In a very weird way, that was mean. Delta, Sigma, Chi, Epsilon. The correct answer here is Sigma. That is the letter Sigma. 38.2% of you getting it right. Band of Berries and American but Amrish both got it right. And no speed bonus means there's still that 1 point separating them. Team Green, though, 8 points behind second place now. Really trying to catch up. Chandler, 166, and Cheeky, 156. So, Team Green, can you catch up? Second place. Oh, actually, I mean, you're only 9 points off first. Keep going. You can do this. But can Band of Berries hold on? Be nice if they did. They've done very well so far. Let's have a look at your next question, number 37. With which TV show would you associate the Scoops Ahoy ice cream parlor? Is that Saved by the Bell, Baywatch, Stranger Things, or Better Call Saul? Can you remember seeing this in any of those TV shows? Have you watched those shows recently? Possibly not all of them. Who knows? Let's have a look. How did you do? Okay, answers are in. The correct answer is Stranger Things. It appeared in season 3 of Stranger Things. 44.3% of you getting this one right. And it was a great question for American but Amrish because they have gone into the lead for the first time in quite a while. They fought back from quite a way back, and they are on 183 points. Band of Berries, though, is not giving up. He's on 181. It was a good question for him as well, because he stretched away from Team Green, who is 14 points back now on 167. Chandler, 166. Cheeky, 161. So, chopping and changing. Will the next question change anything? Number 38. Which European country has a capital with a 3-word name? Moldova, Lithuania, Slovenia, Andorra. Which of them has a capital city that is 3 words? Okay, answers are flying in. Let's see what you've gone for. 36.4% of you getting this one right. The correct answer is Andorra, and it's named after the capital is named after the country. It's Andorra la Vella, which is such a lovely name for a capital city, and it's the only one in the world that has 3 words in its name. American but Amrish, you got a little bonus there. Well done. That's helping. You've got a 2-point lead now over Bandaberries on 186, who stretched away slightly from Chandler again. It's a 15-point gap back to Chandler. Team Green and Cheeky make up our top 5. So these two are getting away. Can anybody catch them? Here is question number 39. Which was the first female fictional character to receive a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame? Was it Snow White, Tinkerbell, Minnie Mouse, or Barbie? So which fictional character was the first female to end up on the Hollywood Walk of Fame? Tricky question. Do you know it? Are you lucky if you're guessing? I had a feeling you'd all go for this. Minnie Mouse is the wrong answer. 74.2% of you got it wrong, I'm afraid. Snow White is the correct answer. She received her star in 1987. Tinkerbell was in 2010. And they only gave Minnie Mouse her star in 2018. And Barbie's never had one. And what a question that was for American but Amrish, because they got it right with Bandaberries getting it wrong. So they've got a gap now of 7 points. Chandler is still hanging in 3rd place, 171. Team Green, you've got 167, and then it's back to Cheeky on 161. This top 5 has been the same for a while. Well done, Gwen. In 10-pin bowling, how many pins in total must you knock down to score a perfect 300? 60, 120, 240, or 300? So if you score overall 300, how many pins have you knocked down? We all love a bit of 10-pin bowling. Has anyone ever done a 300? I mean, it's pretty handy if you have. 57.1% of you getting this one right. Yeah, it's 12. It's 12 strikes, essentially, that you have to get in a row to get a score of 300. So you could have maybe worked that one out. I don't know. Oh, well, look at this. They're still leading. American but Amrish, 198. You're approaching the 200-point mark. Bandaberry still in 2nd place on 191. Team Green, you've closed the gap a little bit. 172 with Chandler on 171. And Nosy Noisy, still that same top 5 on 166. Can any of you other guys get into this top 5? Can anyone catch for top 2? Question 41 on Blue Peter. What colour badge is awarded to any winner or runner-up in a competition held by the show? Do they get blue, green, orange, or purple? Have you got a Blue Peter badge? That would be pretty awesome. I don't know anyone that's got a Blue Peter badge. Tell us if you have. Take a picture with it. That'd be even better. Right, how have you answered? Look at this, only 10.3% of you getting this one right. The correct answer is orange. Blue is awarded for sending in an interesting letter. They still do that. Or if you go on the program, green is the environmental badge, and purple is for the fan club or anyone that sends in ideas to improve the show. So orange was the correct answer. Everybody getting it wrong by the looks of things. American but Amrish still on 198. Bandaberries 191. Chandler 176. So he got it right. Nosy Noisy 173 and Team Green 172. Well done if you got that one right. That was the toughest question of the night statistically, according to your answers. Question number 42. Which of these performers used the name of their pet and the street they grew up on to create their stage name? Bruno Mars, Lady Gaga, Lana Del Rey, Iggy Azalea. So they have a made-up name. Which one is it? 49.4% of you working this one out. Some of you going for Lady Gaga. She took her name from Radio Gaga, the Queen hit. Lana Del Rey and Bruno Mars, that's their actual names. Iggy was the name of her dog, and Azalea was the avenue that she lived on, and so she became Iggy Azalea. American but Amrish, what a question for you. You've broken the 200-point mark, and you're on 203. It looks like it's your quiz to lose at the moment. Bandaberries 191. Can you catch them? We will see. Team Green 177. Chandler 176. Nosy Noisy 173. This is question number 43. In NBA basketball, how many seconds does a team have to bring the ball past the halfway line? Do they have to do it in 5, 8, 12, or 24 seconds? So when they get the ball, they have to pass the halfway line. How many seconds do they get? Let's see what you've gone for. Tricky question if you don't like sports, and there's a real split in the answers here. Just 32.6% of you getting this one right. It's 8 seconds you have to get across the halfway line. Otherwise, you give the ball up. American but Amrish, you did get that one right. 211 points. You've got a 20-point lead all of a sudden from Bandaberries. who is leading Team Green, who leads Team Chandler by 1 point with Nosy Noisy on 173. There is at least one more question that has multiple answers. So American Amrish, if they get a couple wrong, they can still be caught. But as it stands, it's their quiz to lose. This is question number 44. If you were standing in Pisco, in which country would you be in? Peru, Venezuela, Chile, or Uruguay? It's a lovely place. I've been there myself. But where is it? Peru, Venezuela, Chile, Uruguay. Answers are coming in. The correct answer here is A, Peru. 23.9% of you getting it right. And it looks like the top guys got it wrong. American Amrish got it wrong. Banderberry's got it wrong. Team Green closed the gap though. They're on 185. Chandler 176. Nosy Noisy, you've got 173. Yeah, Pisco also gives its name to the national drink. And let me tell you, if you're ever in Peru and a local offers you their own Pisco, you say no, because it will absolutely knock you out. I speak from experience. All right, so where are we? We're up to question 45. Coming up, can American Amrish be caught in these last few questions? Here it is, question 45. Which planet in our solar system is named after Jupiter's father? Mars, Mercury, Saturn, or Uranus? Mars, Mercury, Saturn, or Uranus? Jupiter's father. Time is nearly up, and let's see how you have answered for this one. 41.4% of you getting it right. Yes, Saturn. If you know anything about the planets, it's not too tricky. 41.4% then getting it. Has that changed anything? Oh, but it has. Look, they're just getting further away. American but Amrish, I think you've got this. 216. Banderberry's 191. Team Green pushing for a second place all of a sudden. Cheeky, you've got 176 and Chandler has 176. But can Team Green catch up and get into second place and be our runners-up tonight? 5 questions to go. Can the leaders be caught? They've got to get a couple wrong for it to happen. Let's try 46. What's the national animal of Scotland? The dragon, the unicorn, the yeti, or the haggis? Please, nobody answer that. Is anyone going to go for that? Surely not. Dragon, unicorn, yeti, or haggis, the national animal of Scotland. And your time is up. The correct answer is the unicorn. Dragon is the official... It's the Welsh creature, dragon, of course, because it's on the Welsh flag. But unicorn, believe it or not, is the official animal of Scotland, the national animal of Scotland. 9.1% of you, I think, are just taking the Pisco by saying haggis, bless you. Let's have a look then. 224 points, American but Amrish. Banderberry's 196. Team Green still with that 1 point gap to second place on 195. Bridget 179. Cheeky on 176. Last few questions, guys. Here's number 47. The exact middle of a calendar year falls on a day in which month? Is it May, June, July, or August? The exact middle of a standard year. So no leap year. Not that it would make a difference. The exact middle. Where does it fall? What have you gone for? All right, bit of a gap here. 58.6% of you getting that one wrong by going for June. It's just after, I'm afraid, it's in July. 32.2% of you got it right. It falls on July the 2nd. If you go right in the middle of the year, it is July the 2nd. So American but Amrish, you have 31 points to spare here. I don't think you can lose. But who's going to get second place? Banderberries, you're now clear in second on 201. Team Green 195. Cheeky 181. Bridget 179. Just a couple of questions to go. Here comes number 48. Which of these would you associate with Richard Fitzgilbert, Tonbridge Castle, Tonbridge Angels FC, Tonbridge School, Tonbridge Athletics Club? It's a local question. Do you know your local town? Who is Richard Fitzgilbert? This should be interesting. Let's see what you've gone for. Well, look at that. The spread is huge. Lots of you have gone for Tonbridge School, but the correct answer is actually Tonbridge Castle. He is responsible for building it back in the 11th century. God bless him, Richard Fitzgilbert. He is responsible for our wonderful castle in the centre of the town. Let's have a look and see if that changed anything at all. It didn't really. American but Amrish still out in front. Banderberries, you've got a 6-point lead, clear in second place. So you're in the driving seat to try and get that runners-up spot. We have 2 questions remaining. One of them will have multiple answers. Here it comes, question 49. What number, when typed into a calculator, will read boobies when turned upside down? I'm not going to read out the numbers. Have a look. would take far too long. I've got a feeling some of you are turning your phones or your laptops upside down now, but think back to when you were at school, when you were a child, when you were being childish. This should be interesting. 55.2% of you knowing that it is 531-8008 to get boobies. So childish. I love it. American but Amarish 237. You are going to win this evening, but let's see if you can go out in a blaze of glory on the final question. Banderberries 211, Team Green 205, Cheeky 191, and Nosy Noisy 184. Your final question, guys, is coming up, and it will be a multiple answer question. You need to tap 3 correct answers to get points. This is a chance to move up the leaderboard and get some bragging rights over your mates. Here we go. Here is question 50 of 50. Select the 3 characters that have been played by David Jason, Derek Trotter, Albert Arkwright, Postman Pat, Blanco Webb, Danger Mouse. 3 of them are characters that were played by the quite epic, legendary actor David Jason. Let's see what you've gone for. Derek Trotter, Del Boy, of course, we all knew that one, absolutely. Blanco Webb in Porridge, yes, he played Blanco when he aged up and played the old guy. Danger Mouse, he was the voice of Danger Mouse, and also he was the voice of Count Duckula, if you remember back to Count Duckula. He didn't play Arkwright, I'm afraid. He played Granville in Open All Hours. Ronnie Barker, of course, played Arkwright in the original Open All Hours. So let's have a look then as we count down towards 0 at our overall top 10 and see how well you've done this evening. See who got into the top 10. I think we know who won. American, but Ameri shouldn't. We can see your full name now. I've been calling you Amarish all night. But American, but Ameri shouldn't. You, congratulations, have run away with it. But you had to fight back because, boy, it was, you know, tough tonight. We had a couple of runaway leaders, and then all of a sudden we had a few people that had to really fight back in order to catch up. So well done to you. For taking the top spot. If you could drop me a line, please, on the Facebook page, just send me your details in a private message. I will arrange for Carla and her family at Winterdale Cheese to get you your cheese package. Well done. Banderberries, brilliant tonight. You did so well. You were there or thereabouts. You dropped off just at the end. Had a little blip, didn't you, for a couple of questions, and that's where you suffered. But second place, well done to you. You've got bragging rights for being the runner-up this evening. Our top 10 is completed by Team Green in 3rd place, Nosy Noisy in 4th. 5th comes Cheeky, Les Quizarab, you were in 6th place. Bridget in 7th, Chandler in 8th. Is it because I's Dumb Hun in it? You were in 9th place. And Leno, we haven't seen you all night, but you did make the top 10 tonight. You scored 174 points. So there you go. There's your Sunday night quiz. I hope you've had a good time. It's been great fun quizzing with you. If you've enjoyed yourselves tonight, and I will keep saying this, it's not obligatory because I know a lot of us are suffering financially at the moment, but if you're okay to make a donation, we would love you to support Sustain in any way you can. They can take actual donations of food, but obviously it's quite difficult to buy food for ourselves at the moment. But if you want to donate food directly to them, you can do that as well. If you need to use their services, do contact them. They are open between 12 and 2, Monday to Friday as well. And if you want to make a donation to them, I will post the link again on our Facebook page, although it is on there already, but I will pop it on there when we do the little review of tonight's quiz. But it's justgiving.com/fundraising/sustain food bank. And well done again to American but Ameri shouldn't, who win a care package which will be delivered to you by Winterdale Shore. Please consider supporting your local farm shops and any other small businesses who really need our support so they can get through this tough time. You can order online at winterdale.co.uk, and you can go and see them at the farm where you can buy fresh milk, eggs, cheese, butter and beautiful vegetables direct from the farm shop. It's just over near Sevenoaks. Please look them up and give them all your support. And as I say, they will come to us because they will be at the Half Moon in Hildenborough on Tuesday mornings at 8:30 till 10:30 in the morning. So support your local farmers. That would be lovely. Support your food bank as well. And thank you so much. Take a picture, please, if you haven't done so, because next week when we play, and I will be back again next week, I'd love to be able to show you a screen of pictures of people that were playing tonight. That would be really lovely. So have a lovely rest of your Sunday and have a productive and safe week. And as always, please remember to stay at home.